qualifying is done for the day here in the Netherlands. But who's fastest? Who's slowest? What's the stories of the day? This is the RC Racing TV roundup of Monday. So I'm joined here by Bob from Team Associated. Now, I suppose the first thing we've got to talk about from today's action is Naoto. He's looked super fast all day long, hasn't he?
Yeah, Naoto's been fast for the last couple of years racing. He's a multi-time world championship winner here. 12 scales his class, and I'll tell you what, everybody's gunning for him. He's had a fast car all week, and he's certainly setting a pace.
He sure is. I know he's been quickest pace in every round of qualifying, apart from that last round where everyone, it seemed, made some mistakes.
Yeah, the last round got a little bit hairy there. I know he was, I think, third, fourth on the final positions there. We had some guys that weren't even in contention that were setting some of the fastest lap times, faster lap times than Naoto. So the Yokomo car has been very good. Naoto's a very good driver. So when we get some of these other manufacturers in here that can compete, it's a really good victory. So we've got Ronald Volker running our car, the Associated 12R 5.2. He's been doing some very good lap times here and had a good shot at getting into that second place position, first place position here, but had a little troubles towards the end. And other guys with CRC cars and different cars, very good turnout.
Of course, there was one person getting close to challenging Naoto, in fact beating Naoto in that fourth round of qualifying up until 4 minutes when he broke his car. Mark Reinhardt was really on the pace as well.
Yeah, I tried to keep up the pace, and the car was way better. I could actually follow him, was not too bad, and yeah, I didn't push too hard. It was just like a kind of stupid mistake I made, and but I'm pretty confident no one did 39 laps, so just an auto, so he's for sure on TQ, but I just tried to keep the second spot for the final, and hope to manage at least one time 39 laps, and that's my goal.
Do you think you've scared him a bit there?
Yeah, I think he sees that it's not only him who can, well, he's on a one-man show. Doesn't matter who starts second, but someone who can try to challenge him.
Moving on to your guys now, so obviously Ronald is sitting 5th overall after his qualifying, and Ollie Jeffrey sitting 10th in the A final, so good results from your team. Have you been working on the cars throughout qualifying, just trying to get a little bit more out of them every single run?
Oh, every run it's always like this. This is racing. We're always following the clock. We're always trying to get that extra 10th or 100th of a second out of it. So every run out, we make changes to the car. We try to follow trends. We try to learn from each of the changes. The more people that we have running the car, the quicker that we can get this done. So Ollie Jeffries and Ronald Volker have both been spot on for the driving and tuning of the cars here this week.
Now, I guess one person I wanted to mention is going to be Paul Lemieux. You obviously know him very well as being an American driver. He's sitting down in 16th place. I picked him up there as being the top 5 early on this meeting, but it looks like he's struggling a bit on this track.
Yeah, well, Paul Lemieux's a good friend. We're both from the same area in the Midwest, Wisconsin. So 12 scales is sort of a funny thing. Most of the guys out here that are racers really prefer touring car, and that's what they're after. They run 12 scale, but it's sort of an incidental thing. And what happens more often than not is a manufacturer will say, okay, I want you to run 12 scale. Will you run my car if I build it for you and set it up? And they say, yes, we'll do it. Over the last 3 or 4 years, Paul Lemieux's taken it on himself to learn 12 scale and tune the cars. You know, he's got the X-ray car that he's running, and over the last 2 years, he's made some substantial improvements to the way that the car is handling. But he's doing this himself, so he's building his own knowledge base of how to tune the cars, how to set them up, how to build them. So to put him in 5th place is probably generous, but maybe 8th, 9th, 10th, you know, I think is probably where he'd sit. Now, if you had a mechanic with him like Yokomo, maybe a different story. So, but a good buddy. I love Paul Lemieux. Very good guy.
Well, I guess, yeah, so maybe there's a chance for anyone to really move into the A final with one more qualifying round tomorrow. It's the best 2 runs added together. It's not a point system, it's the laps and times added together. So really, this qualifying list, we can chuck it out the window tomorrow morning, can't we?
Sure can. I'll tell you, anything can happen. I mean, this track layout here is behind us that is not an easy track to drive. Very demanding. A lot of work for the drivers. And the conditions aren't as good as they could be on the track surface. The track is a little bit oily, maybe slippery, which compounds the problem. So now it's hard enough to get around the track when the car works, and when we're struggling to make the car work better, then it's even harder. So to make 8 minutes without mistakes is very hard to do. So this can be shooken around quite a bit tomorrow. You see in this last qualifier here today, Naoto wasn't as fast as he had been. Mistakes here and there, along with everybody. Andy Moore had a very fast set of laps there, 12-1, 12-1, 12 flat. Fastest laps on the track, but he finished with only 13 laps with a failure. So anything can happen tomorrow. 2 runs and anything can happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess we've got, well, the finals then tomorrow. I suppose we'll end this by saying who we think is going to be on top. I mean, surely Naoto going to be a pick, but if it's not Naoto, who do you think is going to be on the top of the podium?
I got Ronald Volker, our guy. I always got to root for our guys, that's for sure. Ronald's a great driver, and he's got Sean Cochran working on the car for him, great mechanic. So I think he's got a good shot to take Nato down this time. I'll tell you what, it'd be a great victory for us.
It certainly would, and well, I'm sure it's going to be some competitive qualifying and the finals. You can find it all at EFRA.rs tomorrow, so join us then.